I just worked an 8-hour shift and now I'm gonna sit and talk about Kenna Littlest Pet Shop. My last video did way better than I could have ever anticipated. I gained way over 10 subscribers from it, and I just really wanted to say thank you for the support. So whether this is your second video or if you're new here, hi, my name's Kiki. I like talking about cozy and nostalgic things, and today I'm going to be covering Kenna's Littlest Pet Shop from the 1990s. In my last video, I made a little bit of a joke that nobody cared about Kenna Littlest Pet Shop. And although I had kind of said that as a joke because realistically Hasbro's Littlest Pet Shop were significantly more popular with us sort of early 2000s girlies, it did kind of get me thinking like, what happened to Kenna's Littlest Pet Shop? And that's exactly what we're going to go into today. I'll be completely honest, I'm not a massive vintage toy person. I love a few specific ranges, but most of my own personal collections focus on the early 2000s to the early 2010s, just because obviously that's the time that's most nostalgic to me and my collection is around my own nostalgia. Like obviously I know about Kenna, I know about their Littlest Pet Shop, I know about their Care Bears, and I kind of roughly knew about their Star Wars figures, but I'm not massive on Kenna and their history. But discovering like their full list of toy lines was insane. Like I did not expect Kenna to make that many toys. So in 1946, Kenna was founded by 3 brothers, Albert, Philip and Joseph Steiner. I don't have too much information on their super early years, but I did find out that their mascot was called the Kenna Goonie Bird. Isn't language so funny because like you just could not call a mascot that today, considering Goonie and Gooning and Goon. They also had a very simple slogan at this time. It was just, it's Kenna, it's fun, and I respect that. Kenna was brought, merged, and overall sort of just changed a lot throughout the decades, being purchased by multiple companies such as General Mills, Tonka, and of course Hasbro. Hasbro purchased Kenna in 1991, which is kind of funny because we refer to 90s Littlest Pet Shop as Kenna Littlest Pet Shop, but they were owned by Hasbro and therefore on technicality were still Hasbro Littlest Pet Shop. Kenna's offices closed in 2000 and all of their toy lines just merged with Hasbro's. So let's dive into what Kenna's Littlest Pet Shop were all about.
I want a dog, I want kitties, I want a whole pet shop. Who has the room?
The Littlest Pet Shop, that's who.
Every Littlest Pet Shop pet comes with a home of its own.
Who has measly birdies who flap their wings and gerbils who do tricks for you? Itty bitty kitties doing kitty things and playful puppies who play with too. The Littlest Pet Shop, that's who. I love the Littlest Pet Shop.
Littlest Pet Shop. Each pet comes with something special and a home of its own, each sold separately.
Arguably the generation 1 of Littlest Pet Shop, these pets were launched in 1992. Kenna's toys mostly came with realistic colour patterns and realistic designs, and came with fun mechanisms and cool play sets. Honestly, the amount of movement in these things is insane. I watched quite a few advertisements whilst researching this video, and I just can't believe some of the mechanisms that they thought of. For example, I saw dogs playing tug of war with each other, and I saw an elephant squirt water out of its trunk. Like, these guys really were so creative with their toys. On top of that, the range of animals in Kenna's Littlest Pet Shop is insane. You can tell that they really wanted to have a large collectible range of animals, all with their own unique personalities and quirks. They also came in different shapes and sizes, which is obviously different to Hasbro's Littlest Pet Shop, which were kind of a uniform size. Like, yeah, okay, some were slightly taller and slightly smaller depending on the animal, but these guys really put effort in. Like, the rodents were tiny, the horses were big. You can tell that they really wanted to give them realistic proportions. You can just tell overall Kenna put genuine thought into every line they produce. Some of my favourite sets just from researching have to be the Country Garden Nursery, Zoo Keep Me Safe Pets 93 and 94, the Fancy Curls Carousel, Sparkling Sea Sweeties, the Pup and Kitty Clubs because they're just so cute. Like, look at them, they're so adorable. And these deers from the Newborn Families collection. I love deers. Honestly, if it's got a deer on it, it's probably going to be at my top 10 of anything, including Hasbro's Littlest Pet Shop. Pets and playsets aside, Kenna's Littlest Pet Shop was literally everywhere. You could find it on lunchboxes, school bags, cups, plates. Oh, and I have to mention this money box because look how cute it is. There was also a TV series from the Kenna era, which I didn't bring in my last video because I was trying to just quickly gloss over the whole of Littlest Pet Shop in one. But weirdly enough, this was the Littlest Pet Shop show I remember watching, which is, you know, I was born in the 2000s. yet this is the show that I saw on TV. Bit of a random side note, I don't know if other countries had a channel like this, but in the UK we had a channel called Tiny Top, which was basically a channel where you could find older shows. Like, I don't really know how to explain it. It had current shows on there, but it was mostly older stuff airing. For example, it aired My Little Pony Tales and the Old School Care Bears series. And of course, as I'm talking about, the original Littlest Pet Shop series. This is editor me jumping in quickly, right? So I was getting the opening of the show to put into the video, but I hadn't seen the opening of the show for years. Like we're talking deep into my childhood. What is this show? I'm about to show the opening because I want you to experience it. But what on earth is going on? I can't remember how old I was when this aired on TV, but I must have been quite young. I vividly recall this one scene in an episode where an older lady picks up two of the pets and wears them as earrings, but that's pretty much the only memory I have of the show. I wonder if I'll be able to put a clip in. Like, I wonder if I'll find what the hell I just said, because yeah, I have no memory of this show, but I know I watched it. But yeah, considering Kenner had all of this going for them, it's kind of weird to think that it lasted less than a decade. And the last pets to be produced were the Country Fun Pets in 1996. But the weird thing is obviously Hasbro only closed Kenner in 2000, which leaves between 4 and 5 years of just silence. I can't really tell if the idea was to just completely get rid of Littlest Pet Shop or if they were just kind of slowly fading it into the abyss. But I tried to dig more on Kenner as a company entirely, and it looks like throughout the 90s they were still doing really well with their Star Wars figures, and they had a best-selling baby doll called Baby Go Bye Bye, which just sounds like a threat, but like, okay Kenner, you do you boo. And that's kind of it. Even a website called Kenner History documents up to 1997. Still leaving 3 years of just silence before the official closure. As for Littlest Pet Shop specifically, Hasbro filed for copyright in 2003, and of course they made their now iconic range of pets. Despite the gimmicks and the large range of pets, I probably won't see myself collecting Kenner Littlest Pet Shop, and I know most people kind of in my age range feel similar. For me personally, again, most of my collections are focused on my own childhood and my own memories and my own nostalgia, and Kenner is just a little bit before that time. I think if I found like the deer set for a decent price, I might get it just because I really love deers. But when it comes to collecting older toys, I'll probably be sticking with the early 2000s to the mid 2000s. I think the oldest thing I have, ironically, is actually Kenner. It's my collection of 90s Care Bear figures, which I have a full set of. Well, almost have a full set of. But that's another video. As for now, I've been Kiki. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I appreciate all the recent support the channel has gotten, and I really hope to keep making content that you guys enjoy. So let me know in the comments if you liked this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.